Hey guys.
Hang on, I'm gonna pull up the. So I have.
You're alive.
We're alive. Okay. Hello and welcome to the 55-1. I'm just gonna tell you, cameraman, you're about to get knocked over by people. Watch out. So welcome to the 55-1 pregame. Minnesota United FC are hosting Ottawa Fury. And they've got the exact same game in reverse up in Ottawa next week. So this is the first of the series. Big night tonight. I'm Wes Burdine.
I'm Jeff Reuter.
Welcome. So, what are you looking forward to tonight? What's going to happen?
It might be a very possession-based game. There's a lot. Ottawa doesn't have many points. They only have 14 points in 14 fall games so far this year, and they've only scored 13 goals. The problem is that they've either had the lead or been tied, presumably at 0, for 1,045 minutes out of a combined 1,260 so far this season. They have only been losing for about 150 minutes the entire fall season.
Wow.
Stats game. Yeah, it's kind of a drudge of a game when you play against Ottawa, but that's just how Paul Dalglish has set their team up, with a 3-man back line as well, so be looking for that loons to try to get around that.
Yeah, I did not come prepared with that many stats, so I came prepared with just my good looks. So, Minnesota United, they're going to line up finally with Kevin Venegas in right back. How big is that going to be?
It's huge. It's huge. If you're going to be trying to break a 3-person backline, you need the wings to be active. Lance Lang and Jamie Watson are both going to be starting at the wing as they have for the last few weeks. But if you're looking to create that space and be able to get around a 3-man back line, you're going to need the speed of Venegas, and you're going to need to also activate Justin Davis on the left wing. So I think it'll be important to get the fullbacks back and running again.
Damian Lowe is also out with a hamstring niggle, I believe is officially what they're calling it. That brings Thiago Calvano in as center back. Calvano's slower. That's why he's not been preferred. But does that matter against Ottawa?
Not against Ottawa. They don't necessarily have the speed that a lot of these other clubs, the Miamis, the New York Cosmos, have had. And so I think that that's going to be a chance for them to really fortify. They also have a double 6 midfield again, which is how Carl Craig had started the season with. And so you'll see Aaron Pitchkolin and Jeb Browski. Neither of them are very fast, but they'll both be able to drift out to the wings and allow those fullbacks to activate. In other injury news, Danny Cruz is on the bench for the first time after a couple weeks out. And then new loanee Chris Clutie is on the bench for the first time for Minnesota United as a possible option for either fullback position.
Yeah, just to finish off with Minnesota United's lineup, Ben Spies is slotting into the number 10 role. Off and on, it goes between he and J.C. Banks. But the biggest thing is, you mentioned this with how often they are leading. Can Minnesota score? The last 2 matches have been 0-0 for Ottawa Fury. Is anyone going to score, or are we just going to watch some paint dry tonight?
Well, I talked to Christian Ramirez yesterday, and he predicted he'd score in the 30th minute.
Whoa!
So be watching for that. One other thing to watch, for the central midfield, Jack Blake is not on the bench. Ibson and J.C. Banks are both on the bench. They're more of number 10s or number 8s. They're not defensive midfields. So if you're going to see either Pitchkolin or Browski subbed off, it's going to be for an attacker. So that could open up a chance for some goals.
Interesting. That's great. Ottawa Fury, we haven't talked about much. Is there anything to say about them? What stands out to you about their team?
They're really solid in the back line. Ramal Pazar won play of the week for an impressive save against Puerto Rico last year. He's still on his form as long as he's focused. It's a solid back line. It's a solid defensive-minded team, and it's just going to be important to break them early so that you get them kind of playing on the back foot, and then you can take advantage of what they're doing.
Yeah, there's, no disrespect, but obviously this is just going to be disrespectful to Ottawa. But Carl Hayworth and Giuseppe Gentile are starting up front. Neither of them inspire a lot of fear, but that doesn't mean to say that there isn't some dangerous players out there for Ottawa Fury.
Right.
They've got a really solid defense. They've got Eddie Edward, who they picked up from the Eddies. No longer is he with the Eddies, with his namesake. He's a great fullback, or a really solid fullback.
Minnesota is 4-2-2 in the combined first 8 games against Ottawa. They're going to be looking to get a 5th win here today.
And we got to talk about Miami are moving up in the table. Minnesota are in that last playoff spot. They need a win here. This is the third to last home game It's
Fourth.
fourth to last. I was right. All right, Brian Corstad is correcting me.
Brian Corstad was wrong.
Even though I tried to correct him early. So fourth to last. Anyway, it's going to be a great night. Thank you. I'm Wes Verdine.
I'm Jeff Rudick
from 55-1. Thank you again. We'll have post-game interviews after the match.